In a quaint village nestled at the edge of an ancient forest, there lived a humble baker's apprentice named Lila. She was known for her kind heart and quiet strength, though she never thought of herself as anything more than an ordinary girl. Every day, she would help her master knead dough and bake bread, never dreaming that her life held a grander purpose. The village, small and peaceful, stood under the shadow of a great and mysterious forest, its towering trees hiding secrets older than time itself. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lila was sent to the forest's edge to gather herbs for the bakery. The air was cool, and the forest whispered in the breeze, as if it knew she was about to find something that would change her life forever. As she wandered deeper into the woods, her eyes caught a soft, ethereal glow between the trees. Curious, she followed the light until she arrived at a small, sparkling fountain that shimmered under the moonlight. At the center of the fountain lay an ornate silver crown, glowing with an otherworldly radiance. Drawn to the crown, Lila reached out to touch it. The moment her fingers brushed against the silver, a surge of magic coursed through her, and the ground beneath her feet seemed to vanish. She gasped, feeling the world twist around her, and in the blink of an eye, she was standing in the heart of a grand hall. Towering columns lined the space, and rich tapestries hung on the walls, depicting scenes of majestic rulers and legendary battles. At the far end of the hall sat a regal figure, Queen Immerse of the magical kingdom Eldoria. The queen was both beautiful and commanding, her presence almost otherworldly. She gazed at Lila with knowing eyes and smiled warmly. "Welcome, dear one," Queen Immerse said. "You are the one destined to rule this land." Lila stared in disbelief. "But I'm just an apprentice, a baker's helper," she stammered. "I have no claim to a throne." The queen's smile deepened. "You are more than you realize, Lila. You are the rightful heir to the throne of Eldoria. The crown you found is a symbol of your birthright. But before you can claim it, you must prove your worth through 3 challenges. Only then will you be ready to rule this kingdom." Determined, yet unsure, Lila nodded. She had never felt so out of place, but something in her heart stirred with a sense of purpose she could not ignore. The queen's voice echoed in her mind as she accepted the challenge. The first challenge took Lila to the Misty Vale, a land shrouded in fog and mystery. As she ventured deeper, she found a group of travelers stranded by a broken bridge. The chasm between them and safety was wide, and the travelers were lost and despairing. They had no way to cross the deep ravine. Without hesitation, Lila set to work. She noticed vines hanging from the trees above, their strength concealed by the mist. With her quick thinking, Lila wove the vines into a sturdy bridge. She called out to the travelers, urging them to help. Together they worked, using their collective strength to cross the ravine. Through this challenge, Lila learned an important lesson: the power of unity. When people came together, even the most impossible tasks could be accomplished. The travelers cheered, thanking Lila for her ingenuity and leadership. Lila felt a deep sense of pride, knowing that she had united people through compassion and resourcefulness. The second challenge led Lila to the Cavern of Whispers, a place filled with shadows and mystery. Inside, a fearsome shadow beast guarded a glowing crystal, its eyes glowing with menace. As Lila approached the creature, she felt her heart race with fear. But something in her spirit urged her to act with kindness, not violence. She watched the beast carefully, noticing that it winced as it stepped. Upon closer inspection, Lila realized there was a thorn embedded in the beast's paw, causing it pain. Rather than drawing a weapon, Lila carefully approached the beast, her hands steady. She whispered softly to it, reassuring the creature that she meant no harm. Slowly, she removed the thorn, and to her surprise, the shadow beast relaxed, its fierce eyes softening. It no longer threatened her. Instead, it stepped aside, allowing her to take the glowing crystal as a token of its gratitude. With this challenge, Lila learned the importance of empathy and the power of nonviolence. She had calmed a fierce creature through simple acts of care and understanding, and in return, she had earned the crystal. She felt stronger now, her faith in compassion solidified. The final challenge took Lila to the Enchanted Grove, a mystical place where the trees whispered ancient wisdom. Here, a council of elders, each wearing robes woven with the stars, stood waiting. The leader of the council, an elder with silver hair, stepped forward and asked Lila a riddle. What is the greatest power a ruler can possess? Lila thought deeply. She reflected on her journey, the unity of the travelers, the compassion she had shown the beast, and the lessons she had learned along the way. She had not relied on force or fear, but on kindness and understanding. Finally, she spoke, her voice clear and sure. Compassion. The greatest power a ruler can possess is the ability to care for others, to understand their struggles, and to lead with a heart full of empathy. The elders nodded, their faces full of approval. The grove shimmered with magic, and in an instant, the trees parted to reveal the grand hall of Eldoria once again. Queen Ilaris stepped forward, holding the silver crown in her hands. "Lila," she said, her voice filled with pride, "you have proven yourself worthy of the throne. Your heart is pure, and your strength lies in your compassion. You are now the Queen of Eldoria." With the crown placed upon her head, Lila felt a surge of warmth and power. The citizens of Eldoria cheered, celebrating the coronation of their new queen. Lila stood tall, her heart full of courage. She had learned that leadership was not about power or control, it was about kindness, understanding, and wisdom. And so, under Lila's rule, Eldoria flourished. The kingdom entered a new era of peace and prosperity, guided by a queen who ruled with love and compassion. Lila had not only proven her worth to the elders, but she had also discovered the greatest truth of all. True power comes from a heart that cares for all. The invisible crown had always been hers, not just in title, but in spirit. And with it, she ruled Eldoria with grace and wisdom, knowing that the greatest leaders are those who lead with love.